going on YouTube? Can't believe it's Thursday already, but it is, and nothing much has changed for tonight's stream. I tried to set up another camera, but turns out it didn't work. Oh, and there might be audio issues. Looks like it's okay. Sounded like it just cut out for a second there. Chris is here. G'day, Chris. Welcome to the stream. I noticed that camera is no good. Just fix that. Is the audio okay on the stream? I can't tell. It sounds like it's okay, but I keep getting weird little things going on. So we still have helmet cam. I've tried to focus it in a little bit better today. We have bench cam, we have the regular cam, but I could not sort out the welder cam. I played around yesterday and got my mobile phone to work as a third camera. So I thought using another mobile phone would work, but turns out that not all mobile phones have HDMI out. Who knew? I have also cleaned my bearing, cleaned the grease out of my bearing today, and just flap disced it down to try and get a bit of a better earth. So we had some massive earthing issues last night. I've sanded and cleaned my whole desk and or bench, I guess you'd call it, and also sanded the little welding plate. So fingers crossed earthing is good tonight. So I'm going to start on this R34 tank. This is one that I've been working on for a few days. It just sort of keeps getting pushed to the side. I had an urgent one go out for a customer, and I tried to make two at the same time, but I just couldn't get this second one done. So we'll finish him off tonight, and I've got a couple of these Supra catch cans that I'm actually keen to weld tonight. They fitted up really well when I assembled them today. So I'm looking forward to welding those. I'll just clean him now. I don't know how we'll go for time, but I've got a couple of cans lined up. And I don't know if I can... I always try and set up so I can see the viewer count, but I don't think it actually updates in real time, so I never know who's here, apart from if you're in the chat, which Chris is always here in the chat. But tonight I advertise the stream on TikTok, so we'll see if that brings anyone over. I imagine that anyone who's on my TikTok page is on my other pages anyway. And that's it. But just before the stream started, I ran out of gas, so I've just put a fresh bottle in. And what else have I done? I have a... I just want to check that I pronounce it right. The grey tungsten, which I've been calling seriated, which I wanted to try. These gloves, by the way, these are Kevlar polyester gloves. They actually work on a touchscreen. Yeah, seriated. So it's a grey-tipped tungsten that I saw on a video the other day, somebody using it for aluminium. So I've got a piece to try for aluminium. Still have the usual gamut of lanthanated and laser tungstens, but just throw it in the mix and we'll give it a try. Got the helmet cam. I'm hoping, I noticed when I watched the stream back this morning, last night's stream, that the weld puddle was sort of off to, it was on this side of the screen, I think. Actually, I don't know how it plays back, but it was off to the side of the screen. Must be on this side. So I've tried to bring it to the center. It seems really difficult to try and line it up, and I don't know how much variance there is in the welding helmet, but we'll just keep tweaking, and eventually it'll be perfect. And yeah, got some quartz cups coming to try, and a whole bunch of other welding odds and sods that I'm looking for. I've got some new gloves coming, which I'm really looking forward to. Let's just check out the looking camera. So I'm going to be welding across the back here. All right, let's get to welding. It's so weird to not have to set so much stuff up. What should I try? I might try and fix that camera as well. Probably that doesn't really matter, but it's bothering me right now. So just let me do this. We'll just pop that there like that. That looks a bit better. And I've moved my filler rods a bit closer. I've just sort of swapped the side of the cart that they're on with this new table rearrangement. I don't know why I need to give you an update of the little things that I've done around the shop, but it sort of pads time while I get set up, I guess. All right, so we got our program number 1, which is 110 amps. I've got square wave back on again, -28 on the AC balance, and I've dropped it down to 90 hertz tonight to try. That may change when we move over to the serrated tungsten, but for right now I'm using the 2% lanthanated. And why don't I use it right now? I was holding off because I was going to weld the filter basket with it, but I've already welded the filter basket with this on this catch can. So let's pop that in now, and I think I'll bowl it off as well. So I've ordered a TIG quartz cup and the TIG PTFE back cap, or Teflon back cap. Which is white, which I no doubt will get dirty pretty quick, but that, and I've ordered some quartz cups from someone else, I forget who, to sort of try. So got some cool testing coming up anyway. looks good. We've got a nice little weld there. I can't actually tell if that's in focus or not. Looks pretty close, but yeah, really nice arc on that. It the 2% serrated, it actually bowled really nicely and really quick compared to the 2% lanthanated. I actually don't know if this grey tip tungsten is radioactive or not. I probably should have done a bit of research before I started talking about it, but like I said, I saw somebody using it and thought I'd like to give it a try, so here we are. You never know what you're going to find without trying it out. I actually forgot to check if that camera was working. Hopefully, Chris, if you're in the chat right now, was that helmet cam? Could you actually see anything? I actually forgot to look at my screen. Awesome. Yeah, it looks pretty close to the center. I could go a little bit further over. The Furic number 5 Pyrex cup for alloy welding. Yeah, what I was curious, which I haven't used a Pyrex cup on alloy before, I was curious if it would stay clean. I'm just trying moving that camera over a tiny little bit. Pretty close though, pretty close. Yeah, which is why I've gone for, or started investigating the quartz cups. So basically, the other day, thanks to your recommendation, I joined Jesse Everlast on his stream, and he was talking about them, and he seemed to think that all this sort of black sooting doesn't happen on them, or it just wipes off with acetone. So I tried, I think it's actually Unimig who makes them. So I've ordered a bunch from Unimig, and today I found TIGware make one as well. So I ordered theirs as well. The edge welding cups, which is what Everlast were talking about, were just like super expensive by the time you factored in freight from the US. They may well be worth it, but yeah, I don't know if it's worth the $100 and something for cups and then $100 and something for freight, you know. But anyway, I tried. Hopefully, TIGwares are good, because it's nice to, I think, to support a local company. So hopefully they rock up in the next day or so and we get to test those out. The Unimig ones, I think, will need a custom adapter. So I bought the Unimig adapter for their T2 torch to be able to reference it to make one to suit the number 20. And that would be a good solution, I think, too, to be able to offer something to somebody. but nothing the occasional wipe down won't solve. On the Pyrex, yeah, I imagine so. I think Pyrex will be fine. I wonder how durable quartz is compared to Pyrex as well. But all things we'll learn on stream over time. Camera has frozen. I'm going to bring that mouse closer. I'm actually really impressed on how smooth the arc is on this serrated cup, tungsten rather. Let's bring this mouse over here so we can hopefully solve this problem easier. Here and here. Meant to investigate if I could get that camera restart on a button push on my Stream Deck. I think I might be able to, and that would make it easier. Pyrex number 5 for $45. Yeah, that's the Furic one, I assume. Not the edge welding cup. The Unimig quartz cups are $15, and the TIG one that I got today, I think was $70 for the kit, because for their adapter, and then the replacement quartz cups are $18 or something. Yeah, Furic. Yeah, which is not a bad deal. I'm hoping to get really good results from the TIGware one ultimately, just for the Australian, supporting Australian side of it. I haven't been showing you the welds, but the welds are coming up killer on this thing. I'll just weld this one side and then we'll take a look. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well. Not that I feel like I have a hard time seeing the arc. It's really for the stream, I guess. I think it would be a bit better to view on the stream. A lot of glare off this camera. I haven't reset the ISO since we're not using it as a welding lensed camera anymore. Getting really nice welds on this part tonight. This and I'm tempted to go back to lanthanated, but this serrated tungsten just feels really smooth. But I'm not willing to say that that's the reason why, since I have done a lot of cleaning of this bench to try and improve the earth. And I have dropped down to 90 Hertz on the machine, but everything just feels super smooth tonight, which I'm definitely not complaining about. Just gonna pop a chill block on there now. Yeah, if you take a look at the TIG wear number 5, looks pretty cool. Anyway, with the attachment on it. Okay, so usual problems running down there, just going around that hole there. That hole is super close. I think that's focused. It's so hard to see on this shitty monitor. This hole's super close to the edge there, but I just try to seal it, even though when the dash 6 fitting gets welded on, we'll be able to seal that anyway, but I really just get a fusion weld beneath it, and then we'll cover all that when the fitting gets welded on. But looks really nice welds tonight. That's not going to be very nice. I'll just use the brass block as a bit of a chill block for this. I wish I could show you, I might be able to with this camera after, just how freaking potato my monitor is here. Just looks like everything is out of focus, but then I look at the main screen back there and it all looks great. So Not too bad. I had a little bit of a blowout somewhere through here, and then I couldn't find my rhythm after that. But all in all, I think it looks pretty good. Let's grab this TIG finger. Really happy with this front weld. Even this top one. Normally I'm not a big fan of that, but it really feathered out nicely. So that's the catch can portion of the R34. It has the washer bottle that mates onto the side there. I have already welded that earlier. But now, the one that I'm excited about, the Supra tank. So this is for the JZA80. Goes up next to, behind the strut tower, next to the brake booster, brake master cylinder. I'm going to actually start by welding the seam at the bottom here. Normally I do the filter basket first and then come here, but been having good results getting heat into the part before the filter basket. So I need to fusion weld these sharp points. So we've got two panels here. This one is a super sharp point, so we don't get a blowout, and I just want to seal up this end, and then I'm going to use a pulse setting to weld that bottom portion. But we'll fusion weld it right now. This little camera obviously doesn't want to play nice tonight. The cable for it, now that I've moved the welder around, it does go directly above the welding machine now. So that might have some impact on the EMF on it. Haven't made my EMF cable covers, EMF shielding cable covers yet. They are on the cards to do soon, but only so much time in a day. Okay, so I'm going to save that profile that we've changed to 90 Hertz, and then I'm going to grab a pulse setting, pulse profile, which I didn't save last time we used it, so let's just set that to 1 second pulse with a 60% on time, and it is 110 Hertz on the frequency. It's square wave and 150 max amps. I'm going to get a new piece of filler because I always regret not grabbing one. Just level him up, and you guys want to be over here, and I think you're pretty well in focus there. Let's go. Okay, that was a beautiful world. But I'm kind of thinking, like, why aren't we talking about seriated tungsten? What don't I know? And what can I learn? Seriated tungsten. A 97% pure tungsten, is that? 2% seriated. Just excuse me while I learn. Yes, yes. Yeah, okay. This requires more research on my part, but I am really enjoying the I don't know if it's 2% actually, the seriated tungsten. Just feels so good. Anyway, gonna fill this gap now. Going to use a 2.4mm filler, 5356 still. While I've got the pulse setting, we'll try and fill it in one pass. If not, we'll just close it up and come back later and go back over it. So also save that setting since we made some changes to it, or changed it back at least. And let's get back onto our straight current, setting number 1. And is that in focus? Pretty close. So I'm gonna fill these corners and then go ahead and weld it. Let's just dive into it. Alright, looks like... is my stream still working? Yes, okay, cool. That was really good. That was really good. I don't think it's the best one yet, but definitely getting massive improvements on these inner filter basket welds. Which one are you looking at? This one here. The two ends, the fit up wasn't fantastic on them, but yeah, really getting good. This one, yeah, this one's worse than the other side, but that was the tack in the middle there that was the problem. But really happy with how they're coming along. So preheating the part is definitely playing a big part of it. So let's just keep on doing it. I'm going to pop a chill block on here for now. I need to do a couple of tacks before I get too far into it. I just need to button up these corners and just keep getting through it. Focus, focus, focus. I think that's in focus. Let's go. For these outside corners, I'm going to just run my metronome. You guys can't hear the metronome, and I keep saying it, but I promise I will figure it out so you can in the future. But I've just listened to it on my earpiece. I'm at 115 BPM is what I'm listening to today, which is very similar to the song that plays when I go into the welding screen. But the 15 BPM is what I listen to is a split step or whatever, I don't know music, but basically I move on one, dab on the other, move on one, dab on the other. I have a video on my YouTube channel, on my channel here, about using the metronome for welding. It's definitely worth checking out, using a metronome over using a pulse setting for setting your rhythm. looks like that froze right as I started. Looks like the cameras are taking it in turn in freezing tonight. This one here, let's restart him. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Maybe get this cable out the way. So boom, right there. Beautiful weld on this curve. I actually ignored the metronome for the entire length of that weld. I tried to get in the metronome rhythm at the end here. You can see it looks a bit funny, but it really just wanted to be fed in slower. So that's the beauty of the metronome, is you could ignore it, whereas if I was on a pulse setting, I'd have no choice but to stick to the rhythm of the pulse. So that looks bloody beautiful. I'm going to weld across this front face. You will not get to see much on that camera, but we'll get you in the ballpark. And I can see a massive gap over here just in the camera there, but we'll sort that out. Actually, I should sort that out now. No, it won't be affected by what we're doing here. So let's weld. Camera still working? Yes. Beautiful weld across there. Here somewhere, right there was the tack, which I've just got someone doing something outside my shop right now. Looks okay. Yeah, it looks really good. So yeah, just had the tack there that you can see. A little change in the flow as I went over that, but that looks really good. Just gonna try getting something working. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Awesome. Did that update in real time? I didn't actually pay attention to that subscriber update. Whether I realized I didn't have my sub notifier notifier but Wayne, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Very, very rare that I get someone subscribing while I'm actually streaming, so that's cool. That's really cool. So I'll buzz across the bottom here, and then we'll be able to tap this big gap that we've got down here in shape. 4 new today, did I? That's awesome. How in the heck do you know that? Where does it say that? That's awesome though. Four today. I haven't checked the stats today or for a while, in fact. But that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I should have shown you that gap. It's closed now. So just had about a 2mm gap in this little panel here, which I've just beat shut. So since I've secured the 2 sides of this panel, I can beat that bow out and it doesn't distort too much, which is really nice. I don't know how well you can see. I'm really, my view of what you can see is very skewed because of the, which I'll stop banging on about, but because of the quality of this monitor I'm watching the stream on. But actually pulled up a bit of trash while I was welding this weld, and I don't know if it was on the filler rod, because it was literally just a piece that I had sitting on my little tool chest, which I should know better and not have used it. So I will buzz back over that and try and clean it up. But we're going to go around here and try and weld this whole top face from this angle. And I'll just pop the brass block on here as a little bit of a heat sink. And then it's going to be this. So you're not going to be able to see that, but you literally look through my eyes now, so it's cool. Everything's cool. Yeah, okay, so you just remember how many subs, or does it actually say 4 new today? Either way, that's still bloody cool. Really, really cool. Camera froze. Camera froze right at the start. I was going to say, did you see the part fall over mid-weld? But you don't get to see much when the camera is frozen. 4 more than yesterday. 6:45 up to 6:49. Almost 6:50. How exciting, hey? How exciting. What can I do about this camera? Almost 6:50. I'm just going to try and pin these cables up. I don't think it's going to make a difference. The only other thing I can think about trying is doing a little bit of makeshift EMF shielding. Which I dare say won't do anything, but it definitely makes me feel better that I'm trying to do something. Alright, so yeah, so the part fell over right here. The arc started wandering. I buttoned off straight away, and then also I got too much heat in the end here. I should have actually come down and fusion welded this point before I started that section. So I just went and did a little bit of buttoning up. I've got to get a tack in here because this tried to pull away a little bit, so I get a tack on there, and then we'll weld the rest of this side. I'll just pop that as a heat sink right there. I guess we can't win with this camera freezing. Oh, we got most of the way around though before it did. Just went back over that bit with a bit of trash in it. Let's reactivate that camera. It's not much better. I mean, it is a nicer looking weld. So when it's powder coated, it'll look like it should. So yeah, everything's going pretty well. I'm still very impressed with the serrated tungsten. I'm I feel like I need to learn something about it, because why the heck haven't I been using it all this time? What can I do about that camera for you guys? Nothing, I don't think. I just don't understand why it's fine and then all of a sudden it's not fine. The capture card is not too hot. All the cabling looks okay. Back behind my welding table, I've made, if you remember, like old spark plug wire separators, I just laser cut a whole bunch of plywood and made like cable separators. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got an inkling as to what it is, but I don't know how I can solve it. I really need to make making these EMF cable shields a priority. But it's got to be how close it is. Really, I'll try popping it up there and we'll zoom instead. At the moment, I've got the arm that it's on a metal cabinet that's right next to the welder, and it's tech screwed in. It's just as a temporary problem solver, which I think if I had it on a tripod or at least on a rubber foot. It's just funny that like it's fine for ages and often it's the most reliable camera. Excuse me. And then all of a sudden it wants to play up. But it sounds a bit stormy outside as well. I'm not sure if it's stormy. It's either stormy or somebody's unloading a truck. And you think that'd be a pretty simple thing to tell the difference on, but listening to a metronome, welding and monitoring a live stream sounds like thunder. Might be unloading a truck, I don't know. cameras are working still. Awesome. Got a great run around there. Is it in focus? Yes, yes. Really happy with how that turned out. Really happy with how even the etching zone is tonight as well. It's really coming along nicely. So we're getting to the point of the tank that I am not a fan of, which is this little L section here. Chris, lots of wind and rain. Yeah, it might just be wind. I think the people next to me, they've been moving out, but I have a suspicion that the new people are moving in. So there's a fair bit of action going on outside. I'm not sure what's going on. They might be moving in tonight. So that camera stayed on, which is fantastic. Let's just keep going. Evidently I spoke too soon because the welding camera froze. The downside with the welding camera freezing is that I lose all the settings for it. Which really is not cool. So I'll just have to jump in the welding screen and sort it out. Okay, that should be good. I don't know why I lose the settings. It's like it keeps all the main settings, but I switch it to manual focus and manual exposure, and the camera really doesn't like that. And every time I reset the camera, I have to reset the exposure and focus. If I don't do that, it just blows out or tries to auto correct, and we don't get to see any of the welding. We've got the curve here and then the mini curve down the bottom here. And I think these are the last two welds on this can. That was much easier. I normally don't weld it that way. I try and get that with as few stop-starts as possible, instead of having one stop here, one stop there, one stop there, which you can't see. So yeah, I had a stop there, and a stop there. But it actually was much easier to weld. I'll try and remember to do it like that in future. So the underside of this tank looks really good. I am super happy with this seam weld. It is so clean. So yeah, we just got this little spot at the top here where the tank fell over, which is not desirable, but when it's powder coated, it will look absolutely fine. And then the top of this tank, let's prop him up. And how focused are we? Yeah, the top of the tank here, happy with that filter basket weld, really happy with this curve weld and all these welds. This turned out really good, really happy with that. Kind of want to do another tank, but I can't commit to an entire tank. I wish I had something small to weld, but I think we've done pretty well tonight. We did this R34 tank, we did the Supra JZA80 tank. Another two of these to go. I made so many tanks today, prepped so many tanks. Got a lot of welding to do over the next few days, the next couple of weeks, on a big push at the moment to try and replenish stock while I try and switch my store over to notify me instead of back order. So I'm really trying to get stock on the shelves so we don't have a massive lull in sales. So I'm probably going to stop it there. Thank you for anyone who's in the stream right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Chris, I really appreciate the chat in the chat. I was going to say in the comment section, but it's not a comment section, in the chat. Always appreciate you hanging out and having a chat. To the new subscribers, thank you so much. That is really amazing. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. Currently at 649, and at 1,000 it unlocks some of YouTube's advertising features. So right now I'm not supposed to be able to stream. I have to do it through third-party software, and it doesn't natively push the stream out to people. So once we hit that 1,000 subs, we'll have a bit more traction to get the stream out to more people, which is something that I would love to do. So for everyone who's subscribed, anyone who's watching, anyone who hits like and leaves a comment after this video is live, that all helps the cause as well, and I really appreciate that. Moving forward, we're trying to set up this welding situation so everything runs a bit more smoothly. The main addition has been putting a camera inside my welding helmet, and that seems to be working really well. But if there's anything you'd like to see me do specifically, anything that I'm doing that you think I could do better or change, I'm all ears. I really want to make this stream something cool, something that people that aren't maybe into welding come and check out for a little bit and see what it's all about. I'd also love to get newbies here, people that have just bought welders or that are trying to figure out welding. We always have some very knowledgeable people in the chat, and I think this would be a great resource for people to get real-time feedback on their questions. Everyone who watches this stream after it went live, you guys are bloody awesome as well. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to go have some dinner, and I will be back tomorrow, probably to weld some more of these Supra cans, which I bloody love doing. Have a great night, everyone.